Ah, hello. Hi everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. I now realize my mic wasn't on. Um, yeah, so really big match from Satwik Chiraj against Aaron Chan Sowiek from Malaysia. It is going to be absolutely crazy. I cannot wait. This is very exciting. Um, Obviously, it is 12 p.m. here in UK, 1 p.m. Paris time, and I'm expecting it to be 7 p.m. Malaysian time. What time is it in India? I guess depending which part of India you're in, but it should be late afternoon, so we should have a lot of people watching this. Who do you think is going to win? And because it's also lunchtime, I will actually be eating whilst I watch this match with you guys. I think just starting off, Wooi is playing with the Astrox 88D 3rd generation racket. Aaron is playing with the Arcsib 11 Pro. Satwik is playing with the Yonex Dora Z Strike, and Chiraj is with the 11 Pro, Arcsib 11 Pro. Malaysia! Yes, Weishan, it should be an incredible match today. Let's see. It should be loud. It should be very loud. And we're looking forward to having a great match. Obviously, all three courts are on. We have 3 of the 4 quarterfinals men's doubles matches on. I think so. Satwik and Aaron Sachi's match will start first. I think the key goal today, if you're from the Malaysian perspective, the key goal today would be to limit Chiraj involvement, especially in the first 3 to 5 shots. It is almost impossible to win if you cannot contain Chiraj. And then from the Indian perspective, I think 100% would be, minimize errors, keeping everything in check, keeping emotions in check in that sense. And then for Aaron and Wooi, again, try not to give the attack away. There we go. Chiraj, big smash from the middle of the court. Can I speak in an Indian accent? No, I can't. I can't do that. Unfortunately not. I might actually offend a lot of people if I try that. Who am I supporting? I would love Aaron and Wooi to win, but at the same time, I really enjoy watching Satwik and Chiraj play, so I'm here for a very, very good match. So yeah, I want 3 sets. I'll be honest, I want 3 sets. I want nail-biting matches. Let's go. As currently it's 3-2. The rallies are very short. No, both pairs are not really settled yet at the moment. I think Chiraj looking really physical. Good serve by Aaron. Big smash by Satwik. Amazing interception by Chiraj at the front. So Chiraj is really tall. He's got really long reach, and he's got so much power with that super fast backswing. It's very hard to contain once he gets into gear. Good return there by Aaron. I think for Malaysia, they have to use a lot of the corners as much as they can, keep things out wide. But that means a little bit of risk. Oh wow, anything that is loose, Chiraj will pounce on that. So yep, that block from Wooi is just a little bit too slow and a little bit loose. Chiraj is at the front, bam, easy finish at the very front. Hi Jennifer, which of the BG66 string is the best? Hopefully you've tried quite a few. No audio. Can everyone actually hear me? Audio should be fine from my end as far as I'm aware. Quickly double check. Yep, audio is fine. Can everyone hear me in the chat? Okay. Ah, perfect. Okay, so Alexander, yeah, maybe just turn up your audio around your end. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for letting me know. Got it. Welcome back, Alexander. Good to hear. And yeah, I think 5-all on my screen is actually rare, quite rare that the Olympics website's live stream is actually behind the actual real stream. Normally they are a few seconds ahead. From the four matches, that the 3 that's going on plus 1 more after this, who do you think are the 4 pairs that will actually be going into the semi-finals? And where is everyone watching from? Wow, good defense from Sachi, and well done to Aaron and Wooi for being patient, not trying anything too risky, everything down the middle. Good slow motion shots here. So I did watch Satwik and Chiraj play Fajar and Rian from Indonesia 2 days ago, and Sachi was really dominant, especially in the first half of the court. The first 3 to 5 shots, they were really incredible in the serve and third shot situation. And Chiraj was just able to get everything. As soon as he served the third shot and the 5th shot, he was really able to get those shots, forcing Fajar and Rian to having to lift or at least block up from the mid-court area, and that gives you a huge advantage if you're at the front attacking and being able to chase down those shoals. So that was pretty impressive to see. So Aaron and Wooi just lost 1 challenge there, lifting out. The drift over the last few days was actually, if you're looking from the camera, it's going from Aaron and Wooi towards Sachi, and then also going from left to right. Service fault called on Satwik. So service judges have the apparatus on there, both left and right, with 2 lines on. So very clearly you can see if a call is in or out today. Oh wow, Aaron serving out. It is very tight. I guess it's a bit nervous for everyone. Hi Fong, where to watch live? I'm assuming if you're watching in from Southeast Asia or Malaysia, Astro and RTM I'm sure will be playing this live somewhere. If you're based in Europe, Discovery Plus or Eurosport will have it on live. Wow, so we've got 3 serves, either in the net or fault or not crossing in getting in. Right, let me quickly have another bite. Oh wow, good shot. So in terms of predictions, I think I've done my prediction video last weekend. Men's doubles is incredibly hard to call, really hard to call. But I think there are slight favourites in each match. Having watched Sachi played 2 days ago against Fajar and Rian, I think they have the slight advantage here in this match. Liang Wenken and Wang Chang also have some slight advantage against Fajar and Rian. Kang Min-hyuk and Seo Seung-jae over on court 3 against Kim and Anna's. Kang and Seo also looked incredibly strong. And then the final one, Li Yang Wang Qilin against Supat Jomko and Kitunupong. Li Yang and Wang Qilin looks incredible over the last few matches. So I think those 4 are the slight favourites as we go day to day. So as we watch more and more matches, teams fire up, get into good condition. But you can never discount Aaron and Wooi. So we shall see. We shall see. Over the next hour or so, we will find out who's going to turn out winners. On my screen currently, we are 9-10. Very tight. going into the almost the first mid-game interval. Yeah, Liang and Wang Qiling, they're a bit unpredictable because they haven't seemed to be in amazing form from in the last few tournaments coming in here, but they've always been thereabouts. But they are defending Olympic champions, so they know how to bring it on the big one. Yeah, they've been so sharp, incredibly sharp. I just remembered a conversation I had with them last year at the World Championships, where I was interviewing Liang and Wang Qiling and talking about their rackets and strings. And Liang told me a super funny joke saying he's got no power. So I've posted that on my Instagram feed earlier today. Let's listen to what Coach Tan Bin-shun has to say. So Coach Bin-shun is actually saying to both actually Wooi and Aaron, especially on the return of serve, if you're guiding it too far wide, it's like Chiraj is always looking for that wide shot. So sometimes perhaps it's better just to push down the middle a little bit more pace, push down the middle, and then follow in. Focus, if you're pushing down the middle, focus on the center channel, and also on defense. Instead of blocking too slowly, push a bit deeper, a bit more pace. So that makes it very hard to I think that creates pressure in that sense. That creates pressure. There's not a lot you can do. It becomes a neutral shot. And so you then you're forced to play a neutral shot again. It would be nice to actually hear what Matthias was saying to Zii as well, on both sets, on both sides of the story. But yeah, Coach Bin-shun is very experienced with Coach Rexy. Rexy, obviously, a gold medal winner himself, so he knows what he's doing. But yes, lots of power from the attack from Team India. Hi, Terence. Yeah, so if you're watching from Malaysia, I'm assuming RTM and Astro will certainly have the feed on. So go watch that. Yes, I did watch Anthony Ginting's match against Toma yesterday. It was pretty incredible watching. The crowd was so loud. Toma used it to full effect. He himself is not a bad player because I watched him play a lot at the European Championships, where he beat Victor Axelsen in the semi-finals of the European Championships, and he brought the A game that day. Played with no pressure, played really loose. And today, Zii Jia will have the same Toma coming in to this. And obviously, Zii Jia will be playing right after this match. So we will actually follow on after this, why not? But yeah, this is an interesting matchup. So currently on my screen, we have 11-10. Yeah, Ropal. Well, we don't have to be scared. We just have to keep supporting the guys. Like tactically, they need to be sure. They have to be disciplined. I think both pairs at the same time. Like you do not want to lift to any of the pairs. Men's doubles nowadays is so strong in terms of attack and defense. There we go. Forced to lift from Chiraj. Big smashes from the back, and then finishes at the front. Yeah. So. Yeah, really, really hard to defend against Chiraj. Really powerful at the back. Like, just you got to find ways to make him a bit uncomfortable. There we go. Start the attack. Be patient. Push it past first player. Aaron, well done. Little hole. Good counter by Satwik as well. Oh, and that's a lot of pressure at the front of the net from Chiraj. He made that pressure. He made that point, so I think Wooi and Aaron played well on that rally. But still got to be able to finish that point off. I think Coach Rexy and Binchen looking a bit stressed there. Good serve by Satwik. Flat fast exchange. Try and finish it down the net. Well done, Wooi. Good interception. Played really soft. Big power from Aaron at the back. I wonder if Aaron is actually injured, because he does have a lot of strapping on his right shoulder, all the way down. I hope he's okay. But yeah, he doesn't seem to have any issues moving around the court, or hitting. But normally we would look at Wooi being the front court player, but generally Aaron is the one that wins the points at the front of the net, so which is actually quite a unique combination, and Wooi at the back. But hopefully let's go there. Yeah, I think I hope it's just for protection. I hope it's just for peace of mind, really. Or same pressure at the front of the net. Wooi really trying to play soft, which I believe is the right tactic to go to. But Chiraj is just really imposing. You know, like when you're playing against such a tall player, long reach, physical player, that's a lot of pressure. Oh wow. Wooi tried to go front of the court. Chiraj managed to whip it cross court, and Malaysia had to dig out, and then it was in trouble straight away. Push straight, flat push, flat drive actually, and then Chiraj was witty. Bam. Aaron Chia generally, in my opinion, is a rear court player, but he's incredible up front as well. There we go, finish at the front. Can't finish. Satwik coming. Chiraj. Wow, Chiraj is really incredible. You can't seem to see the whole match. Only after at Astro Arena. I think RTM is showing that. I've seen an infographic on Instagram earlier from BAM, Badminton Association of Malaysia's, saying RTM is showing the match, so hopefully you can actually get there. We are 20-13 game points now. Let's go, Malaysia. 13-20. Wow, big smash. Wow, dominant actually. So this 21-13 first set done, and Team India, Sachi, having the upper hand here. Yeah, just dominant. I think the key difference is really Chiraj. Let me listen to what Matthias is saying. I'm just trying to remember what Coach Matthias is saying, but obviously now I'm listening to Coach Binchen and Coach Rexy. Right, okay. Right, so I'm just gonna try and remember what Matthias was saying to Chiraj and Satwik. Yes, Matthias was telling Chiraj, like, have some margin with his serve, so there's no need to go that tight. have some margin with your serve, and if the Malaysians push drive, Satwik's got it, be fine. And also give themselves a bit more margin. They said that this side is the slower side apparently, or this side is with the drift. Yes, this is the slower side for Satwik and Chiraj in terms of the attack from Aaron and Wooi. So he wants Satwik and Chiraj to step up by 20 centimeters on the court just to take that a bit earlier on defense as well. And then from Team Malaysia, Coach Min Shin was telling Aaron and Wooi to stay confident, be confident, although we're 3-love now. Be confident, be steady, and then also when Wooi is serving at the front, just focus at the front. Don't worry about the back shot. Focus at the front. Oh wow, Chiraj, that was an incredible return of serve, net cord, and still Chiraj took it so high. If we get a net cam, that would be incredible watching that in slow-mo again. Nice fan with a little shuttle cap. Trying to find gaps down the middle. Well done. That's a really good rally. I think that's the kind of rally that Malaysia needs to be playing. Like Wooi needs to be at the front of the court, really finding gaps, going for the mid-court shots. Anything that's crossing the net needs to be in a downward direction. Easier said than done, though, obviously. Right, let me look at the chat a little bit. Yeah. Oh, what am I having for lunch? I'm having a little bit of stew. Thanks for asking, George. In terms of rackets, Aaron's playing with the RCB 11 Pro, as is Chiraj Sethi. Wooi is playing with the Astrox 88D Pro, 3rd generation, all of which these rackets I have reviewed on my channel. So if you want more information, go watch those. And yes, oh my god, Liang Weikeng Wang Chang match. It's 20-all on that side. So it is getting very, very tight over there. It is a lot tighter than I expect. Also, Kang and Seo are also in an absolute dogfight with Kim and Anas, because I think Kang and Seo had quite a big lead earlier in the first set. The European daddies are always mentally very, very strong. They're very aware. Liang Weikeng Wang Chang are 100% one of the favourites for the Olympic medal, but the opponents, well, the players on this Court 1 match will have some say to that, because whoever wins this will be playing that match that is being played on Liang Weikeng Wang Chang and Fajan Rian's court, I believe. But incredible matches nowadays. We are on 4-all. Satwik is trying to dig that out. Slow motion replay. Don't give up yet. Don't give up yet, Ropel. Do not give up yet. We want 3 sets for this. Hi, Pilo Seb. Yeah, so I've been trying to get on live every day to try and watch some badminton, and obviously if I'm watching some badminton, I might as well watch it with everyone, watch it with you guys. I'm very glad you guys can join me. I think every time, obviously I've not counted this, but if there's any statisticians out there or someone who's keeping record of the data, we need to find out every time a pair lifts, high lifts to Sachi, what is the winning ratio? How many points do Sachi are actually getting as soon as they get a high lift and they start their attack from the back? It's not a one-shot winning attack, but it's the follow-up. It's the 3rd shot. It's the 5th shot. The attacks are really strong. There we go. As soon as there's a lift out, the winning percentage becomes so high, so much higher. But then again, this is all created with that initial pressure, the ability to drive onto the body of their opponents, forcing Aaron and Wooi to punch out. And as soon as you check out, just wow, gone. Flick serve. Unlucky, wide for Chiraj. But in his match against Fajar and Rian, he caught Fajar a few times by variation, by his serve variation, so which is really incredible to watch. If everyone here, we can learn something from Chiraj's serve. Holds it, turns around, which is perfectly fine, perfectly legal, and then sends it. Oh, weak lifting. Yeah, as soon as you try and dig out, you're in trouble straight away. Really have to force yourself and be disciplined to play flat. Wow, so much pressure. It's actually really good watching the tactical discipline needed for this match. Here we go. Yep, so Aaron was telling Wooi, come on, and he returned really soft. Chiraj or Satwik at the front, slightly weaker at the front, I think, compared to Chiraj, and then Wooi did the really smart thing, driving into the body. There we go, Aaron's fired up. Let's go. Right, I'm going to continue munching. This is getting a bit too intense. Oh, big lift. Now, right, try and find an opportunity to play soft, guided into court. Soft doesn't mean slow shots, though. Soft meaning block shots, layoffs, where it goes across the net and trying to keep it flat going across. Soft doesn't mean slow shots. I think men's doubles slow and loose shots are pretty dangerous, which is very hard to control, and a free point for your opponent, especially at that level. 8-all. There we go. We flat pushes. Oh, unlucky. I think that's a really good lift good option from Aaron there. Lifted wide, but it's a flat lift, which makes it uncomfortable for Satwik to take it at the back, at least not at full pace. There we go. Come on. It's getting a bit tactical. Good defense. Take it up. Start attacking. Patience. Weak at the back. Sending smashes down the middle. Steep smash. And the winning smash was actually a softer smash. Instead of a full power one. Tried to get more angle on it. And so that is variation. That is good variation. Yes, I think a lot of people are scared, I guess. Loh Kean, don't be scared. Be supportive. Be supportive of the pair. Don't be scared. Aaron doesn't look like he's scared. Aaron's got his game face on. He's intense. He's serious now. I think if Aaron and Wooi can string a few points together, 2 points into the mid-game interval, have that little bit of doubt in Sachi's minds. There we go, good lift. So Chiraj decided to leave it, and it was called in. So he's challenging. And again, whilst the umpire has his hand up, so I heard Jill talking about this a few days ago on commentary. I've never noticed myself. So if the umpire raises his right hand, he's calling for the referee. If he's raising his left hand, he's calling for a challenge. So this is something that, I've never noticed before, but good to know. And so, so that was in. That was in. So we are 10-11 at the moment to Aaron and Wooi. Serve slightly out wide, soft, good flat, good defense from Aaron. Wow, Chiraj really took the show so high, so high. When you take it that high, especially above net tape, all you do is actually just guide it so soft, and it goes past the first player because of the pace of the show that's coming back, and it just dies. And on the other side, it's incredible. It's incredibly hard to do anything. Thanks to Moya, appreciate that. But yeah, this is getting intense now. 10-all. Right, let me listen in to what the coach is saying. Yep. Oh. So Matthias was telling his players, Sachi, that, you know, like when they're serving, serve short, serve soft. Just want to make sure going to follow that in. And then what did I hear? I got distracted by Matthias speaking to the umpire, because obviously the umpire, is he Danish as well? So Matthias was speaking, I believe it's Danish, or is it Norwegian, to the umpire. I'm not sure what it is, but maybe he was saying, look, you're telling me 20 seconds, but the other team's actually still, the coaches are still talking, you know. So it's part of the game. It's all part of the game. You got to apply pressure where you can legally, and this is all within perfectly fine. It's up to the umpire to enforce that. 10-12. And then, yes, also, Matthias said, look, if you're compromised in terms of defense under pressure, lift it out, because Aaron and Week have the slower side. It's because the drift is going from Satwik and Chiraj onto Aaron and Week. So the smashes will be a bit slower coming from Team Malaysia's side. Lift it out. Don't worry. Be stable. Here we go. Big attack from Aaron. Wow. I think this is probably the first smash that I've seen, really, that it goes through straight away for a straight point. But it was really good work from Week to apply pressure onto Satwik. And then not as good length in terms of the lift. And so Aaron able to put the power down. In terms of defense, in my opinion, for Satwik and Chiraj, I think Satwik has slightly weaker defense. I wouldn't say it's weaker defense. He has less options compared to Chiraj to be able to turn the shuttle, to be able to do more with the shuttle. Satwik is incredible at the rear court with so much power. But I think at the front of the net, if you had to pick one of the two, you would want Chiraj at the front. And on defense as well, Chiraj is able to really turn that shuttle and put it in very compromising positions if you're the opponent. Zirconium. No, I am not surprised at the 800 Pro being a very popular racket for singles, because yeah, nowadays rackets that are easy to play always have great value in my opinion. So yeah, I can't see why that would be a surprising thing at all. No, it wouldn't. 14-12. I think we're getting to the business end of the match now. So we are 13. Oh wait, hang on. 14-12 on my side. This live score is 13. 15-12. So the umpires is telling them to calm down a little bit with the celebrations. Don't directly celebrate towards your opponent. It's all mind games. It's all part of the game. Everyone knows, and everyone plays it. Oh. Good serve. I think Week was a bit surprised. Slightly loose, actually. It was... So 16-12. Little gap at the moment, but still not over the line. So taking a water break, that's normal. Trying to break your opponent's rhythm. Obviously, if you're on the losing side, you want to change your shuttle. You want to have a drinks break. The court is wet. Towel break. you do whatever you need to try and change that rhythm. Give yourself a bit of time to think, compose yourself, think about where you're going to serve, where you're going to defend the third shot, talk to your partner. Yeah, that's all part of the game. Even more so at their level. Big lift. Chiraj. Wow. Just guiding that down, so steep, not full power, but it's a big slice that comes down. Right, so Chiraj telling Satwik what he's doing. Aaron doing exactly the same. Short. Good wide serve, good variation, but unlucky. So Matthias boleh menang, pasti boleh menang. Tapi you have to keep up intensity. Oh, the serves, it's like a contagious thing. One side makes a service error, the other side returns with the service error. Wow, it's not good. You're giving 3 points away. 14-17 to India. Good return. Aaron at the back. Stop drop. Half smash. Weak at the front trying to finish. Wow. So Rankiredia with the one from the back. I'm actually not sure in terms of big attacks, why are they aiming at Chiraj first? I would always try, if it was up to me, but very clearly I'm not on court. If it was up to me, I would have preferred to go one in the middle and then maybe one straight onto Satwik's body. Just get him tangled up for defense. Very big point here, 19-14, well-constructed rally, lots of bit of change of pace, slice, drop, and then lift it out. Hi Gerald, I'm assuming if you're from Southeast Asia or in Malaysia, you should be able to watch from RTM or Astro. Europe, Discovery Plus or Eurosport. Right, there we go, 20-14 right now. I think we have a third set on our hands here. Guys, it's getting interesting. This is getting intense right now. Yes. There we go. Good serve. We are now one game each. I think the commentator has just literally went, what a brilliant transformation. I think when we saw Aaron's intense face, the intensity face, talking to Wooi, I think that changed the game a little bit. Let's listen to Coach Matthias say to Sachi. Wow. Wow, both sets of coaches are really intense at giving information at the moment. So let me try and remember. Matthias was telling Satwik and Chiraj that it felt like they just wanted to hit hard all the time. They said like perhaps they need to be thinking similar to what they've done in the first set. Try and get the shuttle below the tape, which was so effective in the first set. So I have to agree with Matthias there. And also, Matthias also did say that they're going to aim more shots at Wooi, because obviously Wooi generally has a slightly weaker defense compared to Aaron. But if Wooi brings his levels up, they'll be fine. On the Malaysian side, Coach Min Shun was certainly talking a lot about the first 3 shots. He was telling Wooi that he has to be very firm with what he's deciding to do with the third shot, especially on receive as well. He can't be loose and there's no indecision. There's no room for indecision. I think he wants them to be very clear at where to hit. And also telling Wooi that be very firm. Tell your partner, where you're going to take care of the court. So if you've served, forehand is mine. Focus really on forehand. Don't have to put all your energy into all of it. So, yeah. What an amazing smash from Aaron from there. But, so, two love. So just very different coaching styles. Matthias is a very, very accomplished coach. He himself has an Olympic medal as well, silver Olympic medal. So he knows what he's doing, and he's been with Satwik for so long. The boys 100% trust his system. His system is actually works very well. I mean, they got to world number 1, won many of the big tournaments, and you can see them growing every time as a pair you watch them play. And technique is getting better, timing, mentality on the mental side as well. So we're 3-1 up on my stream at the moment. Malaysia, so Wooi and Aaron are on fire at this point. A lot of adrenaline, which is a bit dangerous, because once that calms down, there will be a lull. It's like once you've had your sugar hit, once it calms down, the level then drops. So you just gotta sustain that. There we go, break a rhythm a little bit. So running on a lot of adrenaline, I think. So hopefully Aaron and Wooi calms down that little bit more. Bring the adrenaline towards the second half of the third set, because it's not how you start, it's how you finish. The arena is loud, it's boisterous, which is what we want to see. It's been like that almost every single day. Aaron taking the front of the court. There we go, that's really good defense. Very, very good defense. It's not very good defense, very good offense. Really patient, fast. Everyone moving very fast. A lot of soft racket skills. A lot of skills from all 4 players there. They're moving very fast, but not hitting very hard. Really looking for that space, looking for that opportunity to get that big power in. But to get the big power in, you need to find gaps on court. Which are my favorite shoes? So I really like the 65s at the moment. So the SSB 65s, which is what I believe all 4 players are wearing. I really like that. They're super comfortable. They're really good all-round shoes. I still like very, very light shoes. So obviously the Aeros, the Infinity 2s, I really like those as well. But yeah, and I recently tested over long term Victor's A970, which is what Zii Jia and Anders Hansen are wearing. They're really good. I actually really enjoy that. They're also very comfy, very supportive. In terms of leaning shoes, I really liked the Blast, which is the equivalent of Aeros. So it's an ultralight shoe. It's actually what Anthony Ginting and John and Christy are wearing. They have been wearing it for, I believe, like 18 months now. I really enjoy those. All the reviews have been up on my channel, so go check them out. We are 5-2. Okay, so so as soon as Malaysia lifted high, in trouble straight away. You get Satwik at the back, big power, and then Chiraj straight down the middle. Shouldn't have lifted, because it didn't work in the first and second set. Every time you lift, you're in trouble straight away. Keep the shuttle low. Yes, so Liang Weikeng is actually playing with the Nanofly 800 Pro, as is Wang Chang at the moment. Wow, big skill from Chiraj to be able to show the straight, turn the cross. Yep, good disguise from Chiraj. High intensity. Right, so losing a few points at the moment. So 4-5 from India's perspective. So Chiraj serving. Yep. I was literally just going to say I sensed a flick serve coming. Big smashes on the front. Oh, so the defense is just breaking down, I think, where it's going down the middle of the court. And Aaron and Week are not communicating in that sense, not shouting a little bit much, but they've got the bit between their teeth. 5-all. This is not over. Nowhere near over. Yep. So Chiraj does vary his serves. His serves are really, really effective. He doesn't get called much, so that means he's practiced really, really well. And so, yeah, great serves. Like, we can learn a lot from his serves. Quickly try and bite some more. Good court coverage. Is it out? Oh, Aaron challenging. Whilst we wait for the challenge, both courts 2 and 3, 16-all in the second for Liang Weike and Wang Chang, and 13-all for Kim and Anna's with Kang and Seo. It won't be a surprise if all 3 courts went to all 3, or went to 3 sets. Obviously, court 1 is already on 3 sets. So, right, just gotta stay focused. Stay focused. Aaron attacking from the back. Chiraj coming from the front. Pressure at the front from Chiraj. Flat out. So Wooi really celebrating big time. Gotta try to pump himself up. Just gotta bring that adrenaline into play. Adrenaline works both ways. It makes you faster, stronger for that little bit, more intense, sharper. But then also when it drains over a period, you will need to find a remedy for that. Amazing serve by Wooi. His serve is kind of like a floating serve that just goes across, and it's not at the tee. It's actually at the body of Chiraj. That's an incredible serve. I want to see that one up close. Again, he's done that a few times now for this match. Aaron does serve very well, but he has had a few serves going short here. So oh yeah, good serve, but good return by Satwik. Forced Wooi to dig out, punch out, and I think as soon as you punch out, big smashes coming in, under pressure straight away. Yes, Lekuber. Yes, we are all a bit stressed, but that's why it's so good. Oh, flick serve again, and Wooi had to punch clear, and punch clear just going out. 8-all. This is not over. Not over by a long way. Aaron holding that, so Wooi attacking at the back. Doesn't look like he's going full out, meaning more a controlled attack. Aaron holding, crossing in front of Chiraj, which is a bit dangerous. Managed to get away with that one for that shot. Again, I think both pairs are trying to hit that little bit too fast sometimes, I think. Whoever that can get the shuttle when crossing the net going in and down direction does have a huge advantage as the rally progresses. So you can see Satwik and Chiraj often when they're taking the shuttle midway through the rally, the rackets are actually up straight. So the racket head is already up straight. So all they're doing is just touching, blocking across, just getting the shuttle down. Whereas Aaron and Wooi are playing more from the side. So that means they're actually having to push up. So that's a lot of pressure to be able to try and deal with. So we're 9-all. We're getting close to a mid-game interval. Over in court 2, Liang Wenken and Wang Chang are on match points, 2018, as we can see. So hi Tundra. My Riga 2 Pro review will be published whenever it's ready. So stay tuned for that one. Week was trying to get out of that smash. Couldn't get out of the way. It was floating out. 10-8, 1 point lead. Hi Bondi. No, you should try playing badminton because badminton is fun, and it's good watching. If you have the opportunity, always at a top level tournament on the world tour, please go and watch it live in person in the arena, because I promise you it is very, very fun. It's pretty intense as well. The TV doesn't really showcase the real speed and power the players have. Right, interval, 2 points down. Let me listen to the coaches. Right, so advice from Coach Binchen was essentially, it's like, don't hesitate. He was telling Week, really don't hesitate. Like, just don't even try and wanting to control the shuttle. Don't even think about turning it. Just send it. Don't hesitate. React instantly. It's like, if you push long, it comes back long as well with pace. And so he's like, don't worry about that one. He's like, on your serve, change up the rhythm. So often when you're serving at their level, you hold the shuttle, and one advice that I've been given before was you count 1, 2, 3, and then you serve. Sometimes you go at 1, sometimes you go at 2, sometimes you go at 3. You could even count to 5. Coach Binchen was saying maybe go at 2, maybe go at 3. So change that rhythm up a little bit, and once you've served, look for that shuttle. So it's getting intense now, so 10, 11. We lift it out again. Play soft. Aaron crossing, find the gaps. Wow. And yes, Liang Wenken and Wang Chang got their 22-20. But that's a lot tighter. A lot tighter than I guess they liked. 11-all, third set for this court, center court. So actually, in that case, Zii Jia's match might actually start. So Zii Jia versus Toma might actually start on court 2, but that's not for another 20 minutes, 15 minutes actually. So hopefully by this time we should finish this one, and then we can switch on to Zii Jia and Toma. So Matthias does look a bit stressed. I I guess anyone would in his position. Let me quickly grab a drink. I'm watching Aaron Chia and Weeks versus Sachi's court 1. Flat, fast, and furious, which Sachi came out on top. I think, in all honesty, I think sometimes for the advice, so it's that Coach Binchen was giving Week was focus on hitting a bit harder, focus on getting speed into the shuttle. I sometimes think you cannot be too one dimensional. Just gotta have that discipline. Still good control. Try and stay in control. Play soft. Oh, the right shot. Unlucky for Week. Just gotta get the shuttle crossing the net in a downward direction, and that will give you a chance. 14-11, so it's running away a little bit at the moment. It's running away a little bit. Malaysian players' performance are like their currency decreasing each year. I'm not sure that's a fair comment, actually, because it's hard. Sport is very hard. Everyone is improving. I think the quality of badminton, if you compare 4 years ago to now, the playing styles have changed, and it's everyone's getting fitter, faster, stronger. Defenses are getting better. Attacks are getting more complex, and yeah, it's just very hard to compare if they're progressing or regressing. But they're competitive. Aaron and Week have actually won medals at every single major tournament that they've played in. Like the Olympics, they have medals. World Championships, they have medals. They were world champions as well before. Asian Games, Asian Championships. Thomas Cup, they also have medals. So they're a big game player. Well done, Aaron, by digging that one out. That one shot cross, incredible forearm power to be able to squeeze that with the timing to get that one out of trouble. 13-14, I think. 13-14, not out of the woods yet. Over on court 3, we can see on the screen it's 21-20 in the second set. Might go to a 3. Good serve by Weik. 14-all. The adrenaline is back. The shouting is back. 22-20. Oh wow! So Kim and Anna's won on court 3. So the world champions are out. So Kam Min Hyuk and Seo Seung Jae are out. I think the Korean coach far in the stream on the far court just looked a bit lost. I need to watch that up again. Chiraj just okay. So it was like a half flick serve, I guess. A serve with a little bit more pace than usual, so it landed like a meter after the service line. Again, a variation, somewhat loose serve. I think Chiraj was really surprised by that, and then he tried to take a second swipe at it. And you can tell how fast these players are. He's had a push on his return, and then still was able to go and get a second swipe at the shuttle. Like, look at how strong these guys are. 15-14. This is getting intense. So both court 2 and court 3 ended their second game as a 22-20. And our court 1 match is already on the third set, 15-14. This is how tight it's going to be. Oh, so Satwik really just stood his ground, really guided into an empty court. It is intense. That's why it's a great game to watch. It is very intense. Some Danish fans celebrating Kim and Anna's win. Anna's always the showman. He's still on court, dancing around. Oh, Aaron trying to really play soft, especially when the shuttle is already halfway down the net. It's very, very hard. And Satwik's really jumping in for a kill. 16-15, it's crunch time now. It is crunch time now. If you're a Team Malaysian fan, start getting stressed. Big attack from Weik at the back, big smash. Wow, well done. Some Team Malaysia fans as well. Right, 16 all. This can't get any more stressful than it is. Right, so the commentator just said we've got 1 hour already on the match clock. Oh, so there's some disagreements going on here. Let's show in the slow-mo. Ah, so Aaron thought he touched it. Satwik touched it. Umpire agreed. Let's go. Let's go. 17-16. Breathe. Breathe. I remember Coach Matthias was telling Satwik and Chiraj to breathe during receiving serve. Oh, 18-16. Driven third shot by Wooi. Chiraj just putting that into the net a little bit. Right, immediately asked for a towel down just to try and break the momentum. The whole hall doesn't have any matches on, so everyone is focused on this single match at the moment. It's stressful now. That's all I'm gonna say. It's stressful now. 18-16. Hi Chen. No, so unfortunately, I did not watch Kunlavut versus Kenta's match. I saw that the scores were 3 sets. Yeah, it looked like an incredible set. Kunlavut's a real dark horse, in my opinion. So Malaysia, big attacks. Very steep shot from Wooi. 19-16, not over yet. Not over yet. So Wooi really celebrating big time, trying to get himself pumped. So 2 more points needed, actually, and this is not impossible. Like at this top level game, no lead is big enough until you cross that line. Very steep shot. Let's go. Wow. I don't know how you guys are staying calm in the chat, guys. This is not calm at all for me. Maybe I should have a heart rate monitor being published on here to say, look, this is CK's heart rate. Let's go, Hashima, let's go. Yep, Arcsib 11 is always a good option. It's a really good racket. You should test it out. If you like it, go for it. Wow, so Aaron really being very disciplined. Play that soft shot. It's a bit risky, especially with Chiraj at the front. Match point now, 20-16. Wooi telling Aaron just to, think about it. Let's go. Satwik looks a bit stressful. Right, 1 point away from match point. That's it. Done. Coach Rexy's praying on the floor. Binshan gave out a huge roar. Satwik and Chiraj, respectful as always. Really, they're incredibly polite players and people to speak to. Really genuine players. Matthias giving his boys a big hug. Binshan giving his boys a big hug. And wow. Press F to show respect for the win. Yep. Press F in the chat, please. Wow, so Wooi looked really relieved. His face is just drained of color. And then, yeah, so absolutely right. I am going to press F in the chat too, because that is incredible. Wow. Let's listen to what Aaron is saying. I think Aaron is just reviewing some of his match from his side to Wooi. Wow, both coaches. Oh, wow. So I'm just on screen. We're just seeing some slow motion replays of the match itself. Wow! So match confirmed here. To Aaron Chia and So Week 13-21, 21-14, and 21-16. Whew! I tell you what, this has been an absolutely incredible match. Tactically, it's such a ding dong. You have to be really so disciplined when you play against Chiraj and Satwik. They're so good in the third and fifth shot that if you lift, you're under pressure all the time, and you really have to have that belief. Sometimes I call it, you just got to have the balls to really play soft, get the shuttle going down in a downward direction when crossing the net. So, I think Aaron really brought that today, and Wooi really did very well to keep pace, keep his defense steady. Wow. Do you know what? As soon as this finished, so obviously in the semi-finals, Aaron Chia and So Week again will play their group mates Liang Weikeng and Wang Chang, who are top seeded and who have just scraped through after beating Fajar and Rian. So Aaron and Week will have to come up with something different compared to their first match against Liang Weikeng and Wang Chang. So let's look at that. Let's 100% follow that. I think the screen is just now replaying some of the stuff that's happened on the first set. I am actually going to swap over onto court 2 whilst we wait for Zii Jia and Toma to get ready. So I'm just going to swap my stream a little bit. Guys, please, welcome to stay on. Yes, press F in the chat for the win and the respect. The guys, for the guys, which one? You got the balls to watch the match without celebrating heavily. I'm celebrating. I'm just trying not to tire myself out. So we are going to move on to some men's singles now. Obviously, we will keep an eye out for Li Yang and Wang Qilin against Supat Jomko and Kitanupong Kedren, which both their nicknames are M and Sky. But yeah, like our main match now is Toma Popov from France playing amazing badminton by beating Anthony Ginting and also Howard Shu to come through in the match. So he's been on a three match winning streak, including his doubles as well with his brother Christo. And so Zii Jia will have to learn how to deal with the home pressure, with the home crowd. So Coach Won Tak Ming there on screen. Coach Tak Ming has worked with Zii Jia for a little while now. And on Tommy's side is his dad, also called Toma Popov. So I accidentally called Toma Tommy because that's actually his nickname. Most of the people who know him called him Tommy. And I'm assuming he doesn't call his dad Tommy, even though they have the same name. Toma and Toma Jr., yes. So umpire just confirming who is serving and who's receiving. So yes, Zii Jia will be playing Toma. We know Toma is a big game player. When he plays, when he plays freely, he's very, very dangerous. He's so physical. Zii Jia himself is also a physical player, but obviously he's mentioned that in his recent interviews that he's been working on being a more complete player instead of really relying on big power smashes, which is his weapon of choice, really. If you've not watched Zii Jia play in person live before, please do yourself a favor, go to any tournament that he's playing and watch him play, because it is a spectacle. Like the things he can do to a shuttle is absolutely incredible. I can say the same for Victor Axelsen as well. Both of them, when they hit the shuttle, it sounds different if you're in the arena. So it's pretty impressive watching. So where am I watching the Zii Jia match? So I'm based in Europe. I'm in the UK. I'm on Discovery Plus or Eurosport. The BBC is not showing badminton, so hence I've paid for Discovery Plus to be able to watch all the matches on all the sports as well. So not bad. So obviously, if you're based in Southeast Asia or Malaysia, I'm sure RTM and Astro would be showing that. We'll be showing Zii Jia playing against Toma. Right, there we go. Love all. We start now. Starting out strong, Zii Jia round ahead, cross court stick smash, opening up the court. Toma chose to lift that little bit. It wasn't deep enough. Get punished straight away. So the crowd hasn't come into play yet. So I'm actually slightly surprised, by how they've not put Toma and Zii Jia on court 1, as that's the center court that also has the 360 row of cameras. They're currently playing on court 2, which is towards the left side of the arena if you're watching down from the camera stream. Yep. Whenever I hit my cross court smash, it gets pretty. That's good. Let's go. Yes, I think Irene. Yes, you just have to find wherever you're based a broadcaster that shows that. If you're in Malaysia, I'm sure RTM and Astro will be showing badminton 100%. Wow, that's good drift. So just to remind us again, the drift is coming from, if you're watching on TV, the drift is coming from left to right. That's the sideway drift. And then the forwards and backwards drift, I believe it's going from Toma's side onto Zii Jia. So lifting for Toma is going to be a bit more challenging than for Zii Jia, but obviously they'll swap sides in the second set. So both players will be both players will have the same issue from that perspective. But yeah, we are 2-3 Toma. So yeah, Toma just lifted out. He's challenging. It was called out, and he's not really sure, but he's challenging because why not? If you're not sure, challenge it. So where do I get my posters? These are actually photos that I've taken and the guys have actually signed. You can actually buy some of these remaining ones on my website at ckYW.com/shop. Some of these are still available. So Kim Won-ho, I believe, has run out, but the rest of these guys are still available there. So go check them out. ckYW.com/shop. Oh wow! So Zii Jia doing some deception on his backhand side very early on in the match. Trying to get that. I'll put that in the link as well. So Coach Tat Ming looking not stressed yet. Well in. 5-3 to Zii Jia. Good cross-court slice from Toma. Some outside Malaysia right now. Yes, Cho Tian Chen. I believe that's his first ever semi-finals, and he's played at 3 Olympics right now. He's firing on all cylinders. Wow, that's an impressive cross-court smash by Zii Jia. That looked massive. Also, an another thing to go to live arenas, because they actually have a lot more smash speeds, shuttle speeds on display a lot more frequently inside the arenas. I'm not sure for the Olympics if they're actually showing. I can't really see too many more TV screens that showing these shuttle speeds, but generally at World Tour tournaments, you do see them quite often, and they get shown the speed significantly more frequently than what's it called, than on TV. So I've just seen someone. I'm just gonna text him. Now the gaming comments finally synced. Ah, that's good. Yep. So Zii Jia just looking like he's just in control. Nothing too wild. Toma currently looks a little bit tired because he played an incredible match. 3 sets though, very stressful, and that takes a lot of energy out of the system, which you then have to replenish one way or another. He's got a good team around him. I've seen his team work around him, his physios as well, and so they know what they're playing up against. And he's also been playing 2 events on the World Tour with his brother, so he knows what it's like. But the Olympics is a completely different ball game, especially a home Olympics. So just answering Trailblaze, unfortunately Satwik and Chiraj will not get a medal because that was a quarterfinals match. They would have had to win their match to get into the semis, and even in the semi-finals you're not confirmed a medal. Only in the finals you're confirmed a silver medal. If you lose in the semi-finals, you still need to play a bronze medal match, unlike a World Championships where you get to the semi-finals and you're assured of a bronze medal as soon as you hit semi-finals. But at the Olympics they only have 1 set of bronze, so you still have to fight for it. Wow, so Zii Jia had his trademark backhand jump smash. Yeah, you have to earn your medals. They're not given out. So especially at the Olympics, the pinnacle of professional sports competitions, you have to earn them and you have to win. You have to win. So we're 10-6. The rallies are fairly high-paced. Both players are finding lengths a bit hard because both of them are lifting out from both ends, and this is a bit worrying for Zii Jia. If he's lifting out now, when he swaps sides in the second set, he really will have to check that lift length. So Zii Jia is currently on court 2. Hi XY, I'm not sure where you're looking to watch from. So in Europe, I'm on Discovery Plus or Eurosport, and they have badminton on. If you're in Malaysia, RTM or Astro should have badminton on. Let's listen to what the coaches are saying. Hi Spirits, good to see you again. Both RTM and Astro are not broadcasting the match. Oh, I thought they were, because I saw a graphic from BM on Instagram earlier today to say that RTM should be showing that. I'm not sure. But obviously, yeah, so currently it's 11-7, 12-7 to Zii Jia at this point. There we go, Astro Arena is showing the game. what match is happening right now. So we have Li Yang and Wang Qilin against Supak Jomko and Kitunipon Kedren from Thailand on court 1 for their quarterfinals. A men's doubles match. On court 2, which is what I'm watching right now, we have Zii Jia versus Toma Popov. Court 3, we have an all-Indian affair. We have Lakshya Sen versus HS Pranoy. That should also be a good match. Currently, Lakshya is leading 10-6. So India is guaranteed 1 semi-finalist in men's singles, 100%. So there's a high chance of a medal there. Whoever winning will be in the semis, and then that also means that there's a probability of going into the finals, which then you have a silver secured. So Toma is actually free flowing a lot better now. He had a 1 lift shot too flat to Zii Jia's forehand, and that's very dangerous. Against Zii Jia. So, hi Chen. Yes, I was born and raised in Penang. So, India is guaranteed a quarterfinal spot. That is correct. So, India, Chakotay, that is correct. India is guaranteed a quarterfinal spot for singles. So, as we're watching Zii Jia versus Toma, the winner from this match will actually be playing Anders Antonsen, who has a bye in the round of 16 because he's seeded 3rd. So this is a good rally for both players. Oh wow, what a get from Zii Jia, and that was in. Wow. That was a net kill from Toma. I think Toma will be slightly frustrated with that one. Yeah, that was a good get, and I thought it was going to land out. So the drift must have played its part. And yeah, Toma was looking at his dad, and going, oh my god. That was a good rally. That was a really good rally. And also on my feed, I don't see any of the graphics to say how many shots have been played, smash speeds. I've not got any of that at all. I'm not sure if other broadcasters are applying their own graphics, but I think this is the straight from the Olympic broadcasting team. I haven't seen any so far. Hi Daniel. Yes, I'm based in Europe, so I'm watching on Discovery Plus or Eurosport. So obviously, if you're in Europe, you'll have to pay for that service, but it is available. Thank you. I don't know a good username for replying that in chat. Nothing feels better than winning a point that you're about to lose. Well, Zii Jia was under pressure from Toma all throughout that rally, and he managed to pull it out the bag and win that one. $17-9. It looks like Zii Jia's in control, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish. You need 2 sets from a best of 3. And at the Olympics, it's slightly longer than a usual World Tour tournament. World Tour tournaments are generally 5 days. Starts on a Tuesday. Depending which half of the draw you get, you could start on a Wednesday, finishes on a Sunday. Badminton at the Olympics is 9 days, so it's just a little bit longer, and you need to find a way to sustain your level for 9 days, which is almost double the period of a usual top tier World Tour tournament. All players go through the same thing. If you want to win, you have to go through the rounds. In Germany, Discovery Plus costs €6 without ads and €4 with ads. Yeah, so in the UK, I think normally it's a bit more expensive than that, but I think they're doing a promotion. So where in the UK you pay $3.99 for a month, and that gets you every single match from every single sport from every single event at the Olympics. So I think that's a pretty good deal. So hence, I'm able to watch badminton. Am I following any sports? Yes, of course. This is the Olympics. You have to be watching more sports. The other day I watched Tom Pidcock in his amazing comeback in the men's elite mountain bike. That was a absolute amazing match. Not amazing match, amazing ride by Tom. So let's go. So Toma just winning that point. So we are currently 11-19. So Zii Jia just needs to refocus a little bit, get through the line, and swap over to the other side. So currently we are 12-19. Toma serving. Toma's moving a lot better compared to at the start of the match. And Zii Jia Holiao, yes. You have the Group D. So the crowd, you can hear is shouting Tommy. That's Toma's nickname. So giving the home player a lot of support. He's a bit less pumped than he was yesterday playing Anthony Ginting. Perhaps it's just the number of matches catching up. He played in the doubles as well. 13-20, Toma serving. Oh, so Zii Jia just left that, coolly walked to his kit bag. A line judge called it out, and Toma just decided to challenge that straight away. Bye, Spritz. See you later. It's a lot of French players named Popov. So Toma used to plays doubles with his brother Christo. Christo also plays in singles. And just to add to that Popov mix, their dad obviously is also another Popov, which is that means sometimes you have three Popovs on the other side. Any other players like Popovs who plays multiple disciplines? Seung Jae, he plays in two doubles disciplines. Hang on, let me quickly listen to what Coach Wong Tak-meng is saying to Zii Jia. So Coach Tak-meng just giving Zii Jia a few pointers here, trying to give Zii Jia options. And it's like, okay, you've won 2 straight smashes on the forehand side now, and so Tommy is actually being ready on that side now. So perhaps it's time for you to go cross, but only go cross when you're ready, when he's out of position as well. I don't understand what Tomas Senior is saying to Tomas Junior, so unfortunately won't be able to translate that. If Toma have a son, Toma Junior Popov, it could be, 100% could be. Best thing about Malaysia happens on the flight. Tuan tuan and puan puan. Hey Aaron. Yeah, so I am watching. So my subscription to Discovery Plus allows me to watch every single court, every single match. So hence I'm able to watch Zii Jia and Toma, who is currently on court 2 in the arena. The arena is really loud, obviously. All 3 courts have matches going on. Court 1, currently we have Liang Wang Qilin leading 18-12. against Supak Jomko and Kitinupon Kedren, and obviously Laksha leading HS Pranoy 18-10. Hi, Falcon. So he's telling Tommy to avoid hitting to Zii Jia's forehand too much. That's very good advice. But did he also say that how to open up the court before not hitting to Zii Jia's forehand side? So currently it is just over 2:30 p.m. Paris time. Obviously, I'm based in the UK, so I'm 1 hour behind, 1:30 for my time. In Malaysia, you should be 8:30 p.m. in the evening. Perfect time for watching badminton. Oh, wow. It's a big attack from Toma. Hold and punch from Zii Jia. Very effective. Tommy stranded there. Hi, Vanessa. Watch subscription. Hi, Sam. I'm on Discovery Plus. Off topic, do you know Chance import badminton equipment from Thailand? I have no idea, actually. That's a very good question. So, oh, that's really good control from Zii Jia. And Toma just looked at his dad and go, what do you want me to do? Wow. Fun fact, I think one of the Popov brothers is left-handed. That's correct. Christo is left-handed. Christo is left-handed. And also, here's an interesting fact. Both Popov brothers are not part of the national team for France. So they train in their club. They train in a separate location compared to the French national team, who trains at INSEP in Paris. And sometimes when they play against French national team players, there are 4 Popovs on court because Thomas Senior's brother, Thomas Junior's uncle, is also a national team coach. So you have 4 Popovs, but then all on different sides of the court. That's also quite an interesting scenario. Big smash from Tommy from his forehand side, straight down to Zii Jia's backhand. Gets a big point. The crowd going wild. Speaking of Zii Jia, do you know how to get a pair of his shoes in the UK? I think Central Sports should have the shoes. Do check in with them, and obviously if you do, remember to always use CKYW as a discount code. You will get additional discounts. Wow, so that's a really well worked rally from Tommy there. Big work rate, and he's now pumped up now. He's shouting now. That's where the comeback begins for Toma. Yesterday he also played 3 sets against Ginting. Ooh, it's out. So is it normal to be both-handed in badminton? I think it depends. If you prefer your left-handed and you train to be left-handed, why not? Yes, Vinny, the shoes are, in my opinion, really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Lewis, does anyone know how sponsorship works specifically? Because Zii uses Yonex everything except for his leading shoes. Yes. So sponsorship is a pretty, I wouldn't say it's a sensitive topic, but it's really open to how you negotiate your contract. Oftentimes, players have different contracts with different brands and different teams. Let's also use Yuta Watanabe as an example. He is a leading contracted player, but obviously he plays for the national team in Japan. So hence, at official tournaments, he has to wear the national team shirt, which is Yonex, because Yonex sponsors the Japanese national team, whereas Zii Jia is Team China. Team China is sponsored by Yonex, but he then has an agreement to wear leaning shoes. Everything's open for interpretation, so it's really up to how the players negotiate their contracts. You can also see, for example, the Taiwanese team here, Taizing, very clearly sponsored by Victor, but because of Yonex sponsoring the Taiwanese national team, everyone who's playing at the Olympics and the World Championships have to wear Yonex shirts. So yeah, it's really open. It's really down to how the players on the teams or their teams structure the negotiations, and anything could happen. Wow, Zii is on fire. Yeah, so he is on fire. But currently, I think Tommy's also on fire. Tommy's winning a lot of good attacking points. The longer rallies are not necessarily all won by Zii Jia. Wow, the drift, you can tell the drift really brought that shoulder in. Tommy was flicked by Zii Jia on the forehand side, deep forehand, had to dig out, and Zii Jia just watched it all the way, feeling that it was going out, and then it landed in. It just literally, it was a foot in, so that was quite a big difference. Who can win gold? I have made my prediction video last weekend, so go watch that. Zii Jia is 100% one of the dark horses for me. Zii Jia's on fire, Toma's on fire, Seeker's on fire, everyone's on fire. Press F in the chat for everyone's on fire. Let's go. I think that is a recovery shoes made for Zii Jia. I'm going to press F in the chat. All the Yonex shirts have the same design apart from Team Japan, right? No, you are not tripping, because Team Japan obviously have a unique individual design from Yonex, and then also Team China, they also have their agreement as an individual design. So we're now 8-6. Wow. Tommy just had a big net kill against Zii Jia. The net shot was a bit loose from Zii Jia. Tommy was waiting. Yep, pounce straight on. Yes, that was I think Krishna, that was an incredible match in my opinion. Satwik and Chiraj against Aaron and Wooi. Unfortunately, we can only have one winner. Oh. So this is not over. 8-all at the moment. Tommy's having a big comeback. Zii Jia is struggling to put the shuttle, finish the shuttle, and keeping it in at the moment. Tommy's moving around, being moved around court a lot. So Zii just playing everything hard at the moment, and then trying to get that net cord. Big lift by Tommy. Out. 9-8. Lewis. Yeah, I think the national outfits are pretty cool. Every country will have their own, and I've seen some of them at the opening ceremony. I think it's pretty cool that everyone is showing their national identity, their cultural identity, which is lovely. I think that's a great thing, and long may it continue. Would you like to commentate a match together with Gillian? I think that would be awesome. I don't get to make that decision, unfortunately. But yes, I think if I get given the opportunity, I would love to try. I think there's a lot of hard work behind going. Like I've spoken to some of the commentators before, there's a lot of research going into each match. It's not a straightforward thing. You know, lots of research, many screens going on, lots of stats as well. You have to be able to refer to all of them. Maybe what I can bring onto the table slightly differently would be I talk a bit more about equipment, and obviously that then impacts how the game, how their playing style is adapted to the equipment. Good morning, James. Good evening from Australia. Yeah. Of course, I think Satwik and Chiraj would be sad, but I don't think they should be sad about how they played, because I think it was an amazing match. It could have gone either way. And yeah, I think they're sad about the outcome, but I don't think they should be sad about how the match was played. So we're at 11-9. Let me try and listen to what Coach Tat Ming is saying. So Coach Satwik is telling Zii Jia, still try and take the net really high as you can, but then also at the same time, once you've taken it, punch it above Tommy's head, because once it goes behind Tommy, he's a lot less aggressive with the shuttle. That creates a lot less pressure for Zii Jia, obviously, and so that's a lot easier to control the shuttles coming back. So take it high, have deception, but once you flick or once you punch, watch for the less aggressive shots to be able to continue on with the rally. Oh, net cord from Tommy. It's not over. It's 10-11. I love Kolomi. The redder the better. That's good. Samir, James, and CK. Yep, that's good. Good evening. Greg and Jenny got a chance. I think that's to Gillian. Yes, so I think Greg and Jenny, they were already at the tournament playing. So obviously when they have some downtime, yeah, why not? But yes, I don't go to every single tournament. So obviously I would love to try, but let's see. Good movement by Tommy. Oh wow, what a kill. He managed to turn that point around because he was under pressure, being moved around 3 corners off the court, and he managed to turn that round. He was under so much pressure on a deep forehand side. Zii Jia played straight again into the net, and it's a bit loose. Tommy just literally killed that. Yes, Lewis, I absolutely love the aesthetics and the whole branding scheme that the Paris Olympics has got on. The purple looks amazing. All the pastel colors across the whole Olympics look absolutely amazing. Like the cyan, obviously, which is almost the shirts of a lot of the volunteers that are wearing. Those are heavily branded all across the whole Olympic Games. I think it looks so good. The pink, pastel pink, works really well as well. So I like it. I like it a lot. It looks very good. So 13-11, Toma leading on the second set. Not a full out smash by Zii Jia, went for angle instead. So, as a equipment based nerd, Zii Jia is playing with the Victor Thruster Ryuga. So that's a super stiff, super ultra head heavy racket. I call it a sledgehammer. It's not the easiest racket to play with, but if you're physically as strong as Zii Jia, or someone that has very good technique and timing and love extra head heavy rackets, yeah, that is something you will really enjoy. Toma, on the other hand, is playing with the Yonex Yonex Saber 11 Pro. He plays that really well. He uses it in both singles and doubles. And in terms of shoes, Zii Jia is wearing the Victor A970 shoes, whereas Toma is wearing the Yonex SHB 65Z. Both, in my opinions, are really good shoe. I've tested extensively for both shoes. Videos on my channel. If you want more information, go check them out. In terms of strings, I believe Zii Jia is on the Victor 66 Nano, VBS 66 Nano, which is a 0.66 string. Toma, I can't really remember what he's on. He might be on BG80. It feels like BG80 might be the usual answer, but I can't confirm. He might be on the X-Bolt. I noticed Zii Jia didn't wear his headband against Viran. Has he got something? No, I'm pretty sure it's all down to personal preference. Yeah, I don't think there's a requirement for players to specifically wear headbands. Not that I'm 100% sure. You can never tell with these things, but I don't think it's because of a sponsorship thing. It's more mainly a personal choice. It is fairly warm in Europe at the moment. I'm not sure if the hall has its air conditioning turned on. Yeah, so I can't tell. For Chen, Watanabe is using, yep, it looks like the Halbertech 9000 from Li Ning. So he's a Li Ning player. It looks like the Halbertech 9000. So there we go. So currently we're 15 all. So we're getting to the crunch situation, crunch time. Getting to crunch time right now. 15 all, 6 points away to finish. Oh. There's a lot of French support in the crowd, which is very good to see. How many strings has Zii Jia broken thus far in his match against Popov? I haven't seen any. Anyone, if you've seen him broken any strings this game, put it in the chat. I don't think he has broken any yet. So there's a comeback going on, 17-16. This is getting a bit dangerous now. Zii Jia needs to refocus that little bit. I think he just lost his focus, lost his concentration that little bit more. The crowd sometimes does that to you. He needs to keep his intensity, keep his level high. I think at their level, a slight dip in focus and concentration, even if it's 5 minutes, it could be 5 to 8 rallies, and that could be gone. You could lose those points very easily and very quickly. What do you guys think about the kit? I mean, the clothes that the athletes are wearing. I really like what the French players are wearing because I think it's a very cool design of their tricolor, the flag. Wow, what defense by Toma! Zii Jia managed to convert that point to win, but wow, that was digging out a lot of shows. Incredible. Hopefully Zii Jia can rise up like Aaron and Wooi. He needs to get the job done. The whole arena is ringing "Tor me, Tor me." Who do you think is Malaysia's best chance at gold? I think they all have equal chance. You need to win your rounds. You need to get to the medal rounds to even start thinking about it. I think it's no point rushing and no point thinking about it before you even get there. I think even if you do, getting across the finish line is probably more key than actually thinking who's the best one out there. You have to earn them. They're not given. You have to earn them. So they're not straightforward. Christie versus Axelsen showed us anything is possible. Toma versus Axelsen at the European Championship told us everything's possible because Toma beat Victor in the semi-finals at the European Championships in April earlier this year. So Toma 100% is a big game player. 18 all at the moment. 18 all. Yeah, Ethan, I think like I said earlier on, I would love it if Malaysia definitely has an opportunity to win gold, but you have to earn it. Like professional level, nothing's given. You have to bring it. You have to earn it. I would love it if they win, but many other players also want to win it too. 18-19 to Zii Jia. 2 more points in the bag. Just keeping it calm, keeping it in. That's out from Tommy, so that's match points 20. If Malaysia gets gold, pretty sure it's a public holiday next day. That sounds like a good idea to me. Over on court 3, Lakshya has won his match against Pranoy, 21-12, 21-6. So that was quite a surprising scoreline. 21-6 in the second set. But we're on match points here. Zii Jia against Tommy. So a lot of controlling the shoulder from Zii Jia, just making Tommy move around the court. Tommy's actually doing a big attack at the moment. A lot of hold and flick from Zii Jia. Very long rally as well. Zii Jia doing an error, putting that into the net. The crowd goes crazy. 19-20. 19-20 at the moment. Zachronium, do you think that Pranoy being higher ranked than Lakshya? World rankings are a combination of 10 of your best tournaments over a period of rolling 12 months. So the numbers don't lie. Yeah, rankings are fairly straightforward. That the numbers don't lie. If you do well consistently at tournaments, then you do get higher ranked. And better ranking also means you have better seeding, which means you avoid some of the better players to begin with. But then again, seedings are not very useful, as you still have to perform on the day. Oh, net cord. 20 all. 20 all. 20 all. How much does the countries award players who get gold medals in the Olympics? I have no idea, actually. I think that's every single country have a different policy. Yeah, wow. Okay, if Singapore gets $1 million, that's pretty good. Oh, that's in. So Toma now has a game point against Zii Jia. This little break in concentration, you lose 3 points straight away. And wow, if this goes to 3, this will be a bit spicy. He left it. Zii Jia left it. Toma is challenging. Is that in or out? Oh my god, some of you in the chat has gone third game coming. Yep, Singapore gives 1 million, US gives 40K. I guess different kind of dollars. But yeah, I think each country have their own policy, and it's not fair or unfair. It's how you see it, really. Wow, 21 all. 21 all. UK players won't be getting any bonus money for the medals. I'm not sure what the actual agreements are, because I'm sure these are very complex matters. Players often have different agreements with their own federations, depending on the sport. Sometimes a lot of the professional teams or trade teams also have different agreements. Zii Jia lifted out for that one again. Toma has a second game point, 22-21 now. Toma is playing pretty well at the moment. Yeah, so Zii Jia needs to regroup that a little bit more. There we go. Oh, lift. Is that a kill? Oh, wow. So Zii Jia's on the floor, managed to get up. Big smash from Toma. There's a net cord. What a net shot. Big lift again. Frame by Zii Jia. Managed to kill, net kill. Jesus. Wow. That was a great rally. That was a great rally. I think it's a bit stressful in the crowd. There's quite a few Malaysian supporters in the crowd, but I guess 95%, 99% was 100% for Tommy. Tommy has a little smile. Yeah, it's tough. I think Liang and Wang Qilin just literally won their match as well. So men's doubles semi-final finalists have now all but confirmed. You have Liang, Wang Qilin, defending Olympic champions, obviously, and now you have the European daddies, Kim Astrup and Anders Krab Rasmussen. They'll be playing Liang and Wang Qilin, and then on the other half we have Wang Chang, Liang Weikeng versus Aaron Chia and So Wei Yik. Explosive, really good watching. All four pairs are really excellent pairs, top pairs, based on paper, and I do agree. Right, 22-all, Zii Jia and Toma. Not as good lift from Toma. Zii Jia pounces on that big time. Right, third match point. This is it now. This is it. Crunch time. No other matches are on at the moment, so everyone is watching Zii Jia and Tommy. Flick serve! What a way to finish. Well done. Good variation. Toma played really well. Really well. Zii Jia on paper has had to finish the match, but you still have to win. You can be ranked higher, but you still have to deliver. Toma should be very proud of himself. Zii Jia just turning around, clapping everyone. Toma just taking a moment, taking it all in. He looks tired. Toma's worked really hard. Zii Jia now had, kind of shift that focus. He's playing Anders tomorrow, who will not be an easy player to play. And actually, we will be looking at. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice touch. Zii Jia and Toma Popov, senior Popov, having a good little handshake there. Flick serve from Zii Jia. Toma was undecided, had to take it so late, and Wang Takming just celebrating that win as well. Yes, Zii Jia did win. 21-13, 24-22. It got a bit stressful towards the end because Toma had 2 or 3 game points, and Zii Jia managed to creep through with the win. So that is pretty amazing. The confirmation here, Zii Jia is a 7th seed, moves successfully into the quarterfinals, and will actually play Anders Antonsen. I think that will be a really hard match. Both have trained together, both have played against each other before. We're now in the serious end of the tournament now, and every little bit can change. And so it will be very tactical. It will be very... I think there'll be quite a lot of shouting involved, quite a lot of fist pumps. And yeah, there's a lot to play for at the Olympics. 100%. So I would actually like to continue watching Loh Kean Yew and Li Shifeng's match, because that also looks like an amazing match. But as far as I'm aware, there's a 20-minute break before we jump on. So on screen graphics I can see the quarterfinals. We have Sui Qi playing Kunlov Vititsan in one half of the quarterfinals. The second quarter we have Anders Antonsen playing Zii Jia. Hi Scott. I wouldn't say it was easy. It was pretty stressful towards the very end. But the next match, Anders against Zii Jia, that would be a bit tighter. But also we have 20 minutes to wait before we get Li Shifeng and Loh Kean Yew coming on. I think it should also be a very good match, really. Loh Kean Yew should get that 1 million. Yeah, you have to earn it. Those are not given. 700k plus after tax, still a good number. So the stream is playing some highlights again from the Zii Jia and Toma match. Um, wow, some good slices as well. Isn't Anna's Lizzie just BFF? Yeah, you never know. They are good friends off court. So a lot of players are very good friends off court. But obviously, when you get on court, everything is there to play for. I think when Zii Jia was training went over to Denmark for a little bit of training. Yep, he did spend a bit of time with Anas. When Anas was training in Kuala Lumpur, Zii Jia also spent time. And it's also spent time with Zii Jia. So yeah, they're all friends off court. A lot of the players travel sometimes often together as well. Because if you're seeing each other like 20 weeks a year, you might as well be nice to each other. You know. So yeah, it's been a good game. It's been a good game. Unlucky for how it ended for Toma. But he should be very proud. I think he wasn't even expected to get out of his group, and he played an absolutely amazing match to beat Anthony Ginting, and now he ran Zii Jia very close in the second set. Yeah. Right. I am actually going to take a very quick toilet break. I will be back. I would like to continue streaming the Loh Kean Yew Li Shifeng match. I wanna watch that, and then I might as well watch it with all you guys as well, if you guys are happy to stay on. So enjoy that. But yes, I'm gonna take a few minutes. I'm gonna go get some drinks and do a quick toilet break. I will see you all in a few minutes. Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're all ready for the big match from Shifeng and Loh Kean Yew. We do have a little bit of a 10-minute wait at the moment. So in the meantime, we're going to do a quick recap of what's happened so far. Men's doubles quarterfinals day was an epic start. So we were online streaming the Satwik Chiraj ranking ready and Chiraj match against Aaron Chia and Wooi. That went down the wire. 3 sets, epic match. It was really enjoyable. I think Satwik and Chiraj going in had a little bit. I think they were a little bit more favorites in my opinion compared to Aaron and Wooi. And Aaron and Wooi pulled it out of the bag. They are a big game player. They've got medals at every single major tournament. So I really enjoyed watching that one. Well done to Aaron and Wooi for that one. Hi Philip, yes, I'm still playing with my Astrox 88D Pro, so the 2nd generation rackets. Still playing with that. And obviously if you watch a lot of my racket reviews, I also always refer them there too, so do check them out. Liang Weikeng Wang Chang, being world number 1's top seeds in this thing, ran very tight against Fajar and Rian. It looked close on score, 24-22, 22-20. And then obviously the European daddies, Kim and Annes, Skarp Rasmussen, they won theirs against the current world champions, Kang Min Hyuk and Seo Seung Jae, 21-19, 22-20. And then the current defending Olympic champions, Li Yang and Wang Qilin, very clearly peaked at the right moment. They're in the last 4 again, beating Supak Jomko and Kitudapong Kedren, nicknames M and Sky. So I think they played well, Liang Wang Qilin, so would love to watch some of the highlights from that back. Before we then move on to Zii Jia and Toma. So that was quite an entertaining match, because on paper I think Zii Jia is by far the heavy favourite. Toma being not as highly ranked as Zii Jia, still ran him close. He had 2 or 3 game points in the second set, 24-22, losing that one. And before Laksha Sen obviously winning the All-Indian round of 16, so meaning there's Laksha is now in the quarterfinals of the singles draw, so that's pretty good. Have you been considering switching to the 3rd gen? No, I don't think the missus will be happy me buying 3 or 4 88D Pros. So I'm not considering switching, because I think the wife wouldn't be very happy with that. Can you review Victor Thruster HK1H? No, so I can't get my hands on a lot of these rackets that are normally launched in Asia. So obviously I'm based in Europe, so it's very difficult for me to often get my hands on some of the models, especially if it's a regional model. So that's why you don't see me being able to review every single model that comes out. Also, it's very resource intensive for me to review all these. They take a lot of time. I spend a lot of time in testing, hence I don't often release as many reviews as I guess some of you guys liked. They take weeks to produce often, and sometimes if I'm not happy with the testing, I extend those testing until I'm happy with, before all the research is finally being completed. How do I pronounce the Thai names so easily? Practice, I guess, and also I do ask them how do they pronounce it properly. Thai players generally do prefer their nicknames, but then I guess in a professional setting, when we're interviewing them, we do need to pronounce their names correctly. But I often ask them how they would like their names pronounced, and then I try and copy that a lot. But yes, most of the Thai players, they have their nicknames. So Supak M and Kitunupong is Sky, so it's good. Yep. Loh Kean Yew, Li Shifeng. I wonder if both of them have nicknames that anyone here knows about. How long have I been playing badminton? So I started way too late in terms of badminton. I started after I was in university, really. Never really played much before that. And yeah, it's a shame, but it is what it is, and I'm enjoying my badminton now. You know, picking it up as we go along. No problem with that at all, and so I'm enjoying that. I know I'm just trying to share that badminton love with everyone. Loh Kean Yew calls himself Ollie in Instagram. Is that because he's been an Olympian and officially they can use the OLY title behind their names? That's all. That's for all the what's it called Olympians. They decide if they want to use that. They can if they want to. Although I'm not sure if anyone polices that. Yeah. So how much time do you actually get to use your own rackets when you do reviews for your channel? So no, I switch them back and forth during when I'm testing that process. So because that's why I have all my rackets, all the rackets that I'm testing, they're all strung with the same string and at the same tension. So that gives me that consistency moving forward. And then obviously, depending on what models, I then go back and forth to my own rackets. And obviously, if I'm not testing any rackets, when I'm just playing normally with my friends or whatever, yeah, I will just use my own normal rackets. Where do I buy my own rackets? So in the UK, I would recommend Central Sports because... Oh, hi, AK! Yeah, so, sorry, back to Philip. Yep, Central Sports, yes, they are a channel sponsor. You do also get extra discounts if you purchase them and using my discount code, CKYW. So, yep, go check them out. They're always linked in my description boxes for the videos that they sponsor. So, yeah, they're definitely a good retailer in the UK. Do you type racket or racket? Neither, Miss B. So it's RACKET. I think the RACQET, that's the North American spelling. RAKET, I guess that is Bahasa. So I do RACKET. Right, I think Kean Yew and Shifeng are now coming on. Should be sometime soon. Lee Kuan Yew, I guess Lee Kuan Yew is very different to Loh Kean Yew. Yep, but yes, I have never. Well, I have actually come across O'Kills, or I don't even know how to pronounce it properly. I've seen someone online playing with it. But I've never spent too much time or into researching that brand. Perhaps it's a relatively new brand. And hello, AK. Hopefully you're well. I think I've been trying to stream every day whilst watching badminton, and I thought, you know what, I might as well share watching badminton with everyone. And so today we've just literally watched Aaron and Wooi play Satwik and Chiraj, as well as Zii Jia playing Toma. So we're now going onwards to Loh Kean Yew and Shifeng as the last one before I finish off for the day. Right, let's see if the stream is now live. I'm checking on my stream. And actually later on this evening, there's plenty of incredible women's singles matches coming up. You got Akane playing May, so Supanida Ketong. Her nickname is exactly the same like Ratchanox, so also called May. Both of them are called Mays. And yeah, so Carolina against Zhang Beiwen, PV Sindhu against He Bingjiao. This is a big one here. Kim Ga-eun versus Gregoria. We have Yo Jamin against Aya Ohori, and then the mixed doubles semifinals. So this is a big one here. So here, winners of these are guaranteed a silver medal. So yeah, you'll be rest assured they'll go all out. Zheng Su Huang and Chong played incredible yesterday to beat their teammates Feng Yinze, Hong Dongping. Yuta and Arisa played incredible, huge comeback in the first set when they were down 2-11 to win, I believe, 24-22 in the first set. And then Kim Won-ho, who is actually here, and Chung Na-eun played really well against Chen Tangjian and Do Yiwei, where they played really steady and they came through. Right, so I think on my stream I can see Loh Kean Yew warming up with Shifeng. I can actually hear Jill as well. Gillian Clark, legendary badminton commentator, in my ear. So I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. It's actually quite hard trying to listen to what Jill says and then trying to talk at the same time. I get confused all the time. And then obviously, Philip, Victor, Yonex, Li Ning, they're the big three. They're all good. It really is dependent on what you prefer, what you like. So absolutely no problem. Does Loh Kean Yew's brother play for Singapore as well? Yes, Loh Kean Yew does play for the Singapore national team. So yeah, it's 100% family affair in the badminton world for the Loh family. Awesome. I don't know where I can watch in Japan. I'm actually not sure where in Japan you have the Olympics streaming, but over in Europe, Discovery Plus or Eurosport does have that. North America, I believe it's NBC or Peacock have that, but apparently the Peacock situation is a bit weird. You get all three courts on one single screen. Not sure which audio they pick actually, but that's what I've heard from some of the comments I've been given. Have I gotten badminton products from Temu or eBay? Stay tuned. So there's an interesting video coming up fairly soon over the next few months. Right, so we're now on our way. Li Shifeng playing Loh Kean Yew. Li Shifeng went out, all guns firing. Li Shifeng is really aggressive in his attack. So he does have a very strong attack on his forehand side. He has a huge jump out smash, which can go straight or cross. And he's really lethal in that sense in his attack. And his round ahead straight smashes are really strong. I will call it. It penetrates defenses quite easily. For Kean Yew, he's incredibly fast. Defends really well. But sometimes I feel he's too nice. He's too nice on court, and so yeah, he needs to sometimes have that little bit more like the killer instinct, like the killer mentality, a little bit more finish off the points. But both players are lovely players and lovely people to talk to. Always gives you time. Nothing is too much for them, really. So yeah, happy for either to win. And Li Shifeng is very clearly very aggressive on the first 4 points here. So he's leading 3-1 at the moment. Hi, Ice Frosty. No, I cannot show you the live stream because I don't have the rights to. You have to buy these rights. They're very expensive. You have to pay for them, and hence that's why we have to pay ourselves to be able to watch these games. I'm sure one of your national broadcasting companies will have that available, so go check them out. I'm not sure where you're based, but yes, your country should have a broadcaster showing the Olympics somehow. Not sure if they're showing Olympics though. Not sure if they're showing badminton, but similar for me, I had to buy an extra subscription just to be able to watch that. And Philip, I actually don't even know how to pronounce his name properly, but I think Slick Cuber got half of that correct. He's played well, and obviously Toylin as well. Toylin very close against Zhang Beiwen, and Toylin does play incredibly well. She's very fast, actually. Having watched her play up close, really fast. So guys, in the chat, who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to win, Li Shifeng or Loh Kean Yew? And what kind of tactics should Kean Yew play against Shifeng? Especially when Shifeng has such a huge attack. So Kean Yew playing the net, big cross-court smash from Shifeng around the head. Cross-court net shot, forcing Kean Yew to lift. Big cross-court smash from Shifeng. Long rally this one. This is actually a good rally for both players to really find the rhythm a little bit. Kean Yew winning that point with a fine finish. especially with a good drive around the backhand side before. Yep, very good deep cross court backhand drive, and then getting a slightly weaker reply. It popped up from Shifeng's side. Can you finish in that with a straightforward shot? Yeah, I can see both players. Loh Kean Yew for the win. I want Loh Kean Yew, but he hasn't been playing well, and Chen playing with Li Shifeng. I think it's a 50-50 situation. It really again depends on how disciplined the players can be with their tactics. Li Shifeng does have a strong attack, like I said, but he tends to blow a bit hot and cold sometimes. When he's focused, when he brings the intensity, you go, "Pwah!" It's really impressive, especially if you watch him win the All England as well. That was very, very impressive. But Kean Yew, very clearly ex-world champion, so he knows what needs to happen to get back to that level and get back to win the big ones. So Kean Yew needs to really use his speed. I wouldn't say play safe, but just be in control, be a bit more aggressive, and be a bit more in control. Coach Kevin is there. He's worked with Kean Yew for a long time. They work very well as a pair. I would do anything to see Loh Kean Yew and Zii Jia play each other again. Yeah, they used to play each other a lot as kids, don't they? So, wow, good cross-court smash from the deep forehand corner for Loh Kean Yew. Singapore dignitaries, I think, watching there. Very good smash cross-court from Kean Yew. So he needs to do that, I think, a little bit more with his speed. Put some hard-hitting shots in, and then the stop drops, and then the change of pace, just to open the court up a little bit more. Gets Shifeng thinking a little bit more. So a lot of the net game in singles, you got to open the net, play really soft, and then open up the court exactly. Really good hold, and net shot from the front, and then slightly less than perfect lift, big smash on the forehand side. I will continue eating. Who's my favorite player? That's an impossible question to answer. There's so many that I love watching, and I actually really enjoy. That there's so many different styles. It's not a single style to win, not one that is completely dominant, and it's really good to see such a good variety of tactics, such a good variety of executions. So no, I can't really call on a single favorite player. It's impossible. Why do some players have 4 opponents in the stage? Look at the draw, really, if you think about it. As with any other tournament, you could have a draw, your opponents could withdraw. You still need to be prepared for stuff like this. The draw is random in that sense, so there's nothing you can do about it. It's just part of the game. You just gotta deal with it. Can you do a video where I answer questions? This is probably your best chance now. You got me here live. Might as well ask the questions. If they're good, if I can answer them, I will. If I can't, they will still be your questions. Who's the most fun player to interview? Actually, I tell you what, those two on court right now, Shifeng and Kean Yew, are really, really easy to talk to. They're actually quite fun to interview. Shifeng, on the outside, he looks really quiet, but the answers he provides are really well thought out, really in depth. He's spent a lot of time thinking, and then he will tell you. And he's just such a chill and cool customer as well. Shifeng will just take your question and then literally gives you the most well thought out answers. He's really really incredible to talk to, and he's always polite, really easygoing. Kean Yew, always a smile on his face no matter what happens, and so yeah, again, nothing is too much for both of them. Really, both easy, really easy to talk to. I'm always happy to see them too. AK Alison Lee, yeah, Alison. What a joy, right? So Alison's also very, very impressive. Her and Frankie are doing really well on the circuit, so I'm glad for them. Obviously, they're aiming for the LA Olympics, so why not? I think that's a pretty good one. But yeah, so back to the game a little bit. The game is getting tight, and we're at 9-all. Obviously, I'm looking at live scores in the wrong position. Come back here. Pilo, Greg and Jenny are disappointed. Why are they disappointed? Pickleball getting momentum. Yes, I think pickleball and paddle both are getting a bit more momentum in the UK because they're easy to play sports, I guess. More so pickleball than paddle. Paddle, you do need more specific settings. But yeah, they are gaining momentum. Was it the first time to have twins play badminton? No. So there's actually quite a few pairs of twins actually on the world tour. So besides Annie and Kerry, so we came across this situation in the German Open earlier this year. And in the German Open, we had 3 pairs that we could literally 3 sets of twins that were playing in the tournament. And a lot of people were not able to tell which 3. I can't remember if it was 3 or 4. But we had Annie and Kerry, so that's one pair. And then we had the Grimley brothers from Scotland, Christopher and Matthew. And then we have a Danish women's twins pair, which one plays doubles and one plays singles. So I will let you try and guess those, and then before I try and give you the answer later on. But Danish women twins. Tai Zing, yes, Tai Zing is also amazing to interview. Again, really relaxed. Nothing is too much. Nothing is too difficult. She'll always give you time as well. So really lovely to see. Yeah, that's very, very good. Thank you for reminding me. So we are in almost the first game interval. Kean Yew leaving 10-9. Peel up. What's I supposed to say, Greg and Jenny? And B, yes, I would like to try pickleball at some point. I'm sure I will get to play them. Some of the places where I play badminton have started to have pickleball sessions, so I will actually try them at some point. Why did you start playing badminton? Why not? Why not? What are the predictions for tomorrow's semi-finals? Again, I've done my prediction video already, so go check them out. All the main contenders are still there, so go check that video out. So Kean Yew's upped his pace a little bit, so 11-10, only 1 point in it going into the mid-game interval. Let me listen to the coach. Wow. So, Coach Sunjun and Xia Shenzhe, both singles specialists. Team China, very, very successful themselves, played at an incredible level. Obviously, Xia Shenzhe, world champion, and I believe, is he Olympic champion? No, he's world champion, 100%, 2003 Birmingham. Sunjun as well. So Sunjun was telling Li Shifeng, really watch out for Kean Yew's on the forehand side, deep forehand corner. If he jumps up and his body is cross, you know it's coming for a cross smash. If it opens up straighter, you know it's coming for a straight smash. So just watch that a little bit more. And then also, I think he was reminding Shifeng to when he's playing his soft shots, watch out. Be prepared for the third shot, really. So currently 12-10 to Kean Yew. We didn't hear what Coach Kevin said to Kean Yew. So that's one side of the coaching. Good straight smash down the line, round ahead from Shifeng. Right. If I get a chance, yeah, obviously. If there are those chances, I would 100% be looking to interview them too. Them two are 100% the next generation for women's singles. So very interesting to hear what they'll have to say. And hopefully we'll actually see them in the next Olympics. So that was a long lift from Kean Yew. So what Jill was saying is the drift now is with Kean Yew. So apparently it's different from the other day. It's now coming from Kean Yew's section, Kean Yew's location towards Shifeng. The cross drift is still the same. I think it's going from left to right. So that's that. So normally in that sense, it's a bit harder for the players with the drift to lift because the drift will carry the shuttle out. So Kean Yew is really trying to force the net. Yeah, I think that's an unforced error from that perspective. Although Shifeng was coming into the front, but still you have to be able to dig those out. No video games at the moment. I used to, not anymore. Wow, so is that 5 straight points since 12-10? So it's 15-12 now. I think that's 5 straight points. So let's talk about a bit about the equipment that both these guys are playing with. So Shifeng is using the Yonex Astrox 100ZZ. That's a head-heavy, stiff racket. Men's singles players generally prefer something head-heavy, also a little bit more stiff. Kean Yew, on the other hand, is playing with Li Ning's X-Force 90. I believe it's the Dragon because it's a blue one. So the slightly stiffer and head heavier version of the X-Force 90. And in terms of shoes, Shifeng is wearing the older generations of the Yonex Comfort Z, which Lin Dan used to wear quite a while ago, or the model that Lin Dan really favored. I think Kean Yew is wearing the, I believe, is it this DF01 Max? Leaning DF01 Max, which is a model that we can't get in Europe generally, but widely available in Southeast Asia. Kean Yew is making some simple mistakes on the front of the net. Lift, Shifeng big smash from the round ahead corner, lift again around the head corner, cross-court block, net kill, very good. Good defense, building up that rally, turning that across, and then Shifeng took that late, had to push the shuttle, and then Kean Yew just literally killed at the front of the net. Still a lot of fans left in the hall for this afternoon session. It's good to see, really good to see badminton being shown and very well attended. Wow, that's 2 amazing net kills by Kean Yew. There was a good net exchange from both players, but Kean Yew took his net so much higher compared to Shifeng, and that created so much pressure that Shifeng has had to play the perfect net, which is very hard when the shuttle is halfway down the net. You push up and it takes time for the shuttle to actually be able to turn and land on the right side. Shifeng challenging this line call, which was called long from the backside. He's taking this time to redo his shoelaces. He's taking off his shoe. Oh wow, okay. There we go. Replay. That was in. That's a good challenge. So, yep, so Pilo, something like that is actually in the works. So I did that for the Tokyo Olympics. So I had a blog post on my website with those on that. And yes, I will actually potentially do that again at some point soon. Do you have any junior stars that have a good chance of becoming big time? So the junior game for badminton is really very different to the senior game. I think one good example would be if you look at Victor Axelsen, for example, when he was world junior champion to what he is right now. That's a real incredible transition from a junior player to a senior player. The biggest difference is physicality. Oftentimes, you can overpower a lot of players with physicality in the junior game. So if you're fitter, stronger. But then in the senior game, it's a lot harder because everyone is also equally as strong, if not stronger, because they've had years of training. So I think the crucial difference is from the junior game perspective to senior would be the physicality side of things, and then also how games are played, because I think junior games rely more on speed and power a little bit more, whereas the senior games are so much more complex, like the tactical side of things, being able to find gaps and also be able to adapt to different playing styles. Even in singles, for example, you look at Kean Yew, you have Shifeng, the styles are so different, and then you have Kunlavut, you have Laksha, you have Li Shifeng, you then have Victor Axelsen. Everyone plays with a slight different style. To be able to adapt to that is really quite key, and that's the difference between the senior games and the junior games, in my opinion. There's so much more variety and variation with the senior games that one style doesn't often win most of the time. Unlucky for Kean Yew. Unlucky for Kean Yew for that one. That was a really good rally for both players, moving at really high intensity. Just a little bit too tight. Yep. But as BS mentioned earlier on, Slick Huber, so two of the junior stars that are making it big time currently are the two women singles players, so Tomoka Miyazaki and Opatni Puth. So I believe both world junior champions already in women singles or girls singles, and now making it in the senior circuit. Yeah, the score is here. The score is on screen. 19-16 to Li Shifeng. Great kill by Kean Yew down the front. Quick mop. We're in the crucial section of the game right now. Big point, actually, because if you look at Shifeng's perspective, 1 point here would get him game points. From Kean Yew's perspective, 1 point here gets him within 1 point distance. Big attack by Kean Yew. Really a lot of effort getting behind the shuttle, sending that one down the line. really good push again from the net onto Shifeng, forcing Shifeng to lift, really taking it high above the tape, squeezing that racket handle tight. Good work, actually. Good work. 18-19. And then just looking at how overall, feeling the last few points, you would actually feel that Kean Yew would be ahead in the game. But for some reason, he's actually behind. So those little points where in the net, lifting out. That's a good leave. 19 all. 19 all. It's back in the game. Yep, so Jill just commentating, just saying that this next rally will decide who has game points. 100%. Ooh! Net caught and stayed on Kean Yew's side. Big celebration by Shifeng. So thoughts on... That's a really good question, Vinny. Yes, I am munching as I go along. It is around... Well, when I started streaming, it's 12 p.m, so it was kind of lunchtime. Now it's 2:45, so 2:47 at the moment. So I'm just streaming just under 3 hours now. But yes, just getting back to Vinny's question. Umpiring is... And this is having been to a bit more World Tour tournaments now, and I understand that process a little bit better after speaking to a lot of the umpires and line judges. Umpires we see now, especially at the Olympic levels, they are the elite. So to become an umpire on the World Tour, you have to go through 8 years of training and then years of exams and accreditation. You have to start from the lower level tournaments. So you start from the international, I guess you start even before international tournaments, you have to start from your local tournaments. So nationally sanctioned tournaments, you have to go to the courses, take your exams. Once you've done that, you then do your local regional tournaments. And then you start doing your national tournaments before you then are able to be eligible for continental tournaments. And when you're there, you then start doing your international series, international challenges, IC, IS, and FS, so future series. Those tournaments, you do them regionally, again, for years before you are then invited and tested for the higher level tournaments. You do your Super 100s and then the World Tour 300s, Super 300s, before slowly working your way upwards to 500, 750s, and 1,000. There's a full list of all the umpires and service judges who are accredited at BWF international level, and only so many are then picked from that list to be able to come to, say, World Championships and the Olympics. It's not an easy task, and everyone is an absolute professional. They are very supportive of each other, and they know what they're doing. They oftentimes the rule book, they know it very clearly. And this is very important for the game, because people seem to think online that anyone can be an umpire, and any just random person on the street can just go and umpire a match. It is not like that. Everyone is trained, assessed, and qualified to be able to get onto this stage, and it takes years upon years upon years of sacrifices, going your weekends and stuff like that, doing tournaments and stuff, to be able to even get on this stage. It's not a random thing. You show up and then you get to be an umpire. So no one wants to get it wrong. Although technology, I think, can play a bigger part, I guess, in that sense. I think there was a conversation often we hear potentially from Jill or Steen commentating that now that umpires don't overrule as much because there's the Hawkeye. And I think that's a fair comment, really. I think umpires will still overrule if they see a very clear misjudgment from the line judges. Line judges, again, are trained. You have to go through years, at least in Europe. I'm not sure if it's the same for other continents. I expect it to be the same. But they go through years of training, and no one wants to get it wrong. in my honest opinion, no one wants to get it wrong, and so yeah, it's a pretty tough, long process to get to where they are, and so yeah, and when the eyes are on you, they are the highest quality, they are the highest level umpires and service judges, and they do training, and everyone keeps getting retrained and reassessed, so everyone's on their on top of their toes. How do the different levels work? What does Super 500 means? So that's part of the World Tour. So the World Tour is the highest level set of tournaments that we have in the professional badminton game. Super 1000 is the highest level tournament. It's somehow similar to tennis. 1000, 750, 500, 300, 100. 100 is not part of the World Tour. It's just called the Super 100. And then below that you have the international challenges, international series, future series. Those are the different levels of badminton tournaments. Yes, I think line judges and umpiring is quite good in badminton. Of course, there are controversies, but they don't happen too often in badminton compared to like football. Yeah, it's part of the game. in my opinion, it's part of the game. Yes, I think you don't want to be always on the losing side of the call, but it's part of the game. If you're a professional, I think you need to train for that, I guess. If a call doesn't go your way, what do you do about it? Because the rule states that once the decisions are made, it's impossible to change that decision, even if the umpire suddenly then realizes that the call is not the right one. They can't change that call, and so you have to be able to live with that, because if you wreck your game because of that 1 point, and you have to win 42 to be honest, and forms and games go up and down, so you might win a few points, you might lose a few points, so you shouldn't let 1 point impact your next 21. So yeah. Yep, Kean Yew took the first set, 23-21. Shifeng is higher seeded than Kean Yew here. Who am I rooting for? I'm here for the good game. I can't call. I'm happy either way. If Kean Yew or Shifeng wins, they're both really nice lads, and I'm here for the good game of badminton. Two love for Kean Yew at this moment. Oh. Wow. Big attacks from Shifeng. Kean Yew lifting that little bit much. Guys, for those who are watching the stream actually on the TV, what do you think about the commentating? Because I've noticed that the commentators are now single commentators. Normally on the World Tour, you have two commentators. You have one main commentator, and then you have a color commentator, which bounces conversations off each other. Currently, so far, we've only heard one commentator per court. What do you think? Wow. Oh, wow. That was a good rally. Good dive from Kean Yew just to get that one, pick that one up. unlucky for Shifeng to not keep that in, really. And then what's amazing was Kean Yew's dive, and then immediately got up for the net kill, the brush. Shifeng still managed to get the shot back, but that was an incredible. Insane. 4-2 to Kean Yew. Wow, that's good finish. Hi Hao, good to have you back. So speedy, yes. Kean Yew is very fast. I think commentating is not as easy as we think it is. Yeah, there's a lot of research going into it, and also like coming on live is something quite daunting if you're not prepared for it, and everyone who's actually on the live commentating team are doing a good job because they have to do their homework. Otherwise, it's quite hard to actually talk about badminton if you don't know much about badminton. Yes, I think having two commentators are actually good because they get to bounce things across each other. You have a main commentator who's supposed to lead the conversations, and then you have the color commentator who's supposed to be the expert on the subject matter. And that's why often Jill is the main commentator, and then Steen is the color commentator, who's then able to feed in his amazing insights on the stuff. Often Jill herself is also an expert already, and so she can play dual roles. Oh, good backhand. Well, I think Kean Yew was trying to do a backhand smash. Turns out to be a really good backhand drive. Steen was a player before. I'm sure he was. He was the chief head coach for the Danish team for quite a while, so he knows his badminton. Yeah, so Steen was the chief Danish national team head coach. So he knows his badminton. Yeah, so he does know a lot of high level tactical badminton. I think he still is involved with his club in Denmark. So in Denmark they play a professional league between their clubs. He's still very involved in the coaching side of that. So Shifeng is really challenging Kean Yew at the front of the net, although not coming out with the points that he wants. 8-3, so Kean Yew's playing really good, high quality controlled badminton there. And yes, Vinny, I do enjoy it when John Steen teams up. Both of them have a lot of information. Steen has a lot of insight. Thanks, Dick, for the support. Hopefully one day. Good defense. Oh wow. Kean Yew. Oh wow. So Shifeng massive cross court forehand smash to forehand side. Kean Yew dived, was up, and then I think slightly unluckily Shifeng decided to kill straight on his backhand side instead of normally going cross. So Kean Yew was able to pick that up. But what reflexes! Those slow-mo cams are incredible. Really good to see the intensity that the players bring. Right above court. So the top-down shots, Um, Wow, big smash from Shifeng. Good dig out. Net again. High lift from Kean Yew. Straight smash. What amazing cross-court defensive block. Wow, great shot from Shifeng. Both players showing high level, very, very high level. Very, very high pace, high pace rally. Sorry, the intensity is amazing. Where to watch this match? Depending where you are, in Europe it'll be Eurosport or Discovery Plus. Southeast Asia, your local broadcaster should have this match on at the same time. What can Li Shifeng do at this point? Actually, I think he needs to play a bit safer. So I think he's attacking blindly a little bit too much. He needs to play the softer shots at the right time, opening up the angles, because those hard flat shots, Kean Yew is just getting them. So Shifeng needs to open up the court a little bit more by either playing deep, so the clears, get it in the right way, get in the right places, get right length, right height, force your opponent, force Kean Yew to move into that corner, and then perhaps the cross. Because he's not winning at the net, unfortunately. Kean Yew's playing amazing at the net. So Shifeng needs to find other ways of opening up the court a little bit more. Not everything hard all the time. Perhaps some more deception. Try and get to a shuttle, anticipate and get to a shuttle earlier. Put a little bit more deception on. Kean Yew just getting a net court again. Although in comparison to Zii Jia and Toma's match, the points in between, the time in between the points feels longer, because the players are walking around a little bit more and both taking a little bit more time to prepare before serving. The rallies are incredible. Wow, what a big smash from Shifeng. So as Shifeng's main weapon is his deep rear court attack, he has to open up the court first, and he can't just randomly just use that smash, because it will come back. Kean Yew's defense is very good and good enough to put those shots back and put Shifeng in trouble. As for Kean Yew, he needs to continue using his speed. His net game is winning. Continue wide change if it's making it happen. Keep focused on moving fast, playing soft, and then digging out of trouble. Getting good quality shots. 6-10 for Shifeng. Cross-court shot. Wow! Kean Yew's amazing. So in this rally, as soon as we go into the mid-game interval, Shifeng played everything flat. Even though if it was a drop, everything was flat. Nothing was above and behind Kean Yew's head. So that limits him in what he's able to do, because he's not forcing Kean Yew to twist and turn behind. So I think that's something that Shifeng needs to do more. Let's hear what Sun Jun has to say. So Sun Jun is just telling Shifeng that ditch the cross-court nets. He's like, you're too passive, like you're in a disadvantaged position when you're doing that. There's no point. He's just all over it. And then also sometimes like just high lift, send it to the back under pressure, send it to the back, reset. And yeah, Kean Yew's playing incredibly well. That's a good variation in the serve, flick serve straight away. third shot, straight point. So good variation. Shifeng does look a bit lost at this point. I think there's so much going through his head. And this is when it gets dangerous for a player, because you can lose your belief in that match very quickly. Although he won that point, it felt like a desperation cross-court smash. If Kean Yew came back at that with a straight block, high quality one, then you might be in trouble straight away. He has to calm himself down a little bit and then get his thinking cap on. I'm in Malaysia. Is RTM or Astro not showing any match? Any matches? Yeah, Pilo. So, yeah, Shifeng is finding it very hard to score against Kean Yew because Kean Yew is moving really well. So drop shot from Kean Yew, hold and flick. There we go, hold and lift. So if the drift is coming from Shifeng's side, yep, so Shifeng tried the hold and lift. It's a bit too flat, and then it's gone out straight away. Shifeng is adjusting his shoelaces at the moment. So I think I've mentioned that in a few of my live streams now. If you're a player that is behind in terms of points, and when there's quite a big gap, you try and do everything you can before it's too late to break your opponent's rhythm. You want to, towel break, water break, shoe break, get the doctor. It's all part of the game. And if you're the player that's in the lead, you try and keep that. Don't want to change your shuttle. You want to make sure everything is kept the same way as you string your points along. So it's 14-7 now, 15-7. So 2 cheap points for Shifeng. He's just put 2 returns in a net. I think his head has just gone that little bit. Hi Xiaopang, I'm going to watch Watanabe later. What time is it actually? Unfortunately not, I won't make it back on time, so I'm actually out playing badminton later tonight. So no, I will have to catch up on highlights. But I watched a little bit of them play yesterday against Bass and Popor, the Thai pair, and they were pretty good. Wow, good smash from the cross court. He must have to start smashing straight now, because Kean Yew has got to start anticipating that cross court, because Shifeng has won quite a few points that way. But there's still a 7-point gap. Yes, very big comeback. 2-11 down to win the game. Is that 23-21? So yeah. Good smash by Kean Yew. Straight in the right hip. Very hard area to deal with. The lift wasn't great, actually. It's 2:30 a.m. in Malaysia. The other day, I was live streaming the Aaron Chia So Week Lam Wang Chang match. It was 4 a.m. in Malaysia, and there was quite a few Malaysians in the chat. So, yeah, 2:30. I guess it's okay. Plus, it's a Friday as well, right? So, hopefully, you get more rest time over the weekend. 17-8 is looking pretty good for Kean Yew at the moment. Lift. Whoa. So cross-court smash from Kean Yew from the round ahead position. It looked... Well, the line judge called it out. From my camera stream, I felt it was in, but obviously they have a better view. If Kean Yew didn't challenge, then I guess that was out. I thought it was worth a challenge. So 9-17. Big smash from both players from the deep court. Right, big lift from Kean Yew. Flat fast exchange from both players. So 8 points gap. I think I've lost all my money now. Yeah, I think the real difference is this whole game was Shifeng couldn't match Kean Yew's net play. So Kean Yew's taking all his net shots really high up, whereas Shifeng is coming in around the mid net, and that's when you find yourself in trouble already, having no choice but to lift. Wow. Okay, so a little bit of error from Kean Yew's side. Xiaopang, yes, one is watching live, but I'm watching live game at RTM Click app. Yeah, you can watch both. Have two screens on, like I am. One on the computer and one on the iPad. Right, 10-18. Last chance saloon now. I think 1 or 2 more points will give Kean Yew a lot of belief he's onto the finish line. Wow, again the same. So Kean Yew's lifting, hold and flick onto Shifeng's deep forehand side. Shifeng is winning points, quite a lot of points that way, but not enough, very clearly. 11-18. If Shifeng manages to string a few points together, things might get very tight. Good return by Kean Yew. The serve wasn't the best of serves, but it's quite a standard single serve. Kean Yew had a lot of deception on reverse push out wide, and it just literally landed on the far corner. It just felt like everything worked for Kean Yew. Everything he does is finding some magic. 12-19. Road to 1 million. There's a one phone. No, it's okay. We're happy to have you here. Road to 1 million. Yeah, still quite a few rounds to win. So if he gets this one, Kean Yew will be in the last 8. He still needs to win 3 more to get gold, but not impossible. Ooh, that's out. Shifeng is challenging. I think that will bring up match points, really. It felt out on my initial reaction. But yes, Kean Yew does look very focused. He looks sharp in here, and everything's gone his way. Yep, that was out on Hawkeye Review. Match points now. We have match points, right? Rallies in play. Net, play the net. Smash at the body from Kean Yew. Drives it in the net. Unlucky. Ooh. Driven out wide by Shifeng. Not a relatively straightforward point. So 2 points in. How do you think smaller badminton nations like Singapore produce quality player like Kean Yew? I think I would use the Danish concept, although I don't know 100% if that's how they run it. But the clubs actually within Danish badminton, a lot of players, they train at the club. The club provides training to juniors. Obviously you have to pay for that, but then it's a club structure, and they get a lot of people playing badminton, and then from there on you then start developing your game at junior level and all the way through to senior level. For example, in the UK, there's not a lot of senior training. So once you're past the junior, so you get a lot of good junior players because they get to consistently train week in, week out. But once you get to senior level, there's not often consistent training unless you set it up yourself. So here we're just seeing Kean Yew finishing that match, winning 21-15 on the second set, raising with his fist up high. Let's go. Kean Yew, well done. He's now into last 8. He's kissing Singaporean flag. Now he can properly celebrate. Shifeng obviously is disappointed, saying thanks to his coaches. So it's a 54-minute match. High level men's singles match. I think Kean Yew played really, really well. He was convincing. In the second game, it was a bit tighter in the first. I think he's just spotted someone he knows in the crowd. Kean Yew just saying hi. And yeah, so the 10th seeded Loh Kean Yew beats the 6th seeded Li Shifeng from China. But yeah, I think there's no wrong or right answer to how to produce players like Kean Yew. A lot of resources and investments have to be put in place, and a lot of factors need to go right. You know, parents, kids, the whole system needs to work really well. It's not a straightforward answer, really. Yeah, GG, well played. Does Lakshya have a chance of winning medal? Of course he does. Everyone is there to earn a medal, so I think everyone has equal chances to win that medal. They just have to perform on the day and beat their opponents to move on to the next round. So from the last 2 matches we've watched, so Kean Yew is now in the last 8. Zii Jia is also in the last 8, as is Lakshya Sen, also in the last 8. And so yeah, we are looking forward to an amazing matchup. No streaming for me later this evening, but I will be hoping to stream sometime tomorrow. Wow, this has been an amazing semi-finals. So for Friday, we have the ladies doubles as well as the men's doubles here. So Liang Wang versus Aaron Chia, Satwik, Kim and Anna's European Daddies against Liang Wang Qilin. And obviously, this is the big one. We have To Chen versus Lakshya Sen, Zii Jia versus Kunlavut, Anders Antonsen versus Zii Jia, and Loh Kean Yew immediately populated against Victor Axelsen. So, wow. I don't know how many courts they're running this on, but it should be pretty epic. And then in the afternoon, straight away, we also have the mixed doubles finals tomorrow afternoon. So it is going to be an interesting day tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Thank you for spending time with me over the last few hours. I'm glad you guys did, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be streaming at some point again, obviously. So do join me again. Thanks, guys. Bye. Ciao.